G'day, it's Anthony Kirby, founder of Small Business Operating System and author of the #1 best-selling book, Are We There Yet? Welcome to this training video where I'm going to take you through the guide that you've just downloaded, hopefully, which is all around how you can create lead magnets that convert and sell like crazy. The reason I created this training was because a lot of my clients who've been through my mastermind and members of the Small Business Operating System family were asking me, Kirby, how are you getting so many leads for these customers of yours, for these corporate clients and for your small business owners? And so I just wanted to teach them this method and then pass this method on to you because it's working so well. Ultimately, lead magnets are not difficult to come up with when you understand this framework. And this will work for you regardless of your business, regardless of the type of business that you're in, the type of customer that you sell to. This will work for you in some way or form. All right, so let's get into it. If you've got any questions, of course, let me know. You should hopefully have my email by the time that you watch this video, so you can, of course, reply to me on that email or find me on Facebook at The Anthony Kirby. All right, let's go. So in the training, what we're going to cover today is, first of all, why do you need a lead magnet? Or what's the power and what's the benefit of them? I'm going to take you through the 8-step framework that you'll find in the guide in your download area. I'm going to show you how it helps you to write amazing sales copy that literally your clients will not be able to go past, your potential clients. I'm going to give you a copy of a Facebook ad template that we've used with our mastermind and SOS members, and it is generating tons of leads and tons of sales for them. And I'm going to take you on a bit of a walkthrough of a really simple funnel. If you don't know what a funnel is, it's essentially how you get the prospect from sort of inquiry at the ad stage, and you move them all the way through your sales process to selling to them. All right. Now, first of all, what's a lead magnet? A lead magnet is ultimately just a form of information that solves a problem for your client. And usually it's an exchange for their details, but not always. There are obviously a couple of ways you can do this, but for now, I'm just going to focus on you're going to get their email address and phone number and name in exchange for value that you provide by solving a problem for them. Now, it's not designed to solve every problem in the client's world. Some people get confused with this and they make this really big, awesome looking ebook that's 300 pages long. That is not a lead magnet. That's what we call a book. So remember that a lead magnet is basically a sole purpose of solving one problem quickly in a way that they can digest and in a way that they can understand. And the ultimate reason that you want a lead magnet is because it very quickly establishes you as a go-to within your space. So, you'll find that you'll end up with more people coming to you directly looking for more information. You get more people to your website, more people to your social media, etc. So there are literally hundreds of ways that you can create lead magnets. There are literally hundreds of types of lead magnet. In your download area, you'll see I've got a document there for you, which is literally a one-pager that's got 34 ideas to inspire you. So if you're a little bit stuck thinking, well, Kirby, what kind of lead magnet should I create? There's 34 ideas in that page for you, and just kind of get into it and give it a crack. I think once you go through this framework, you'll find pretty quickly that it works, and you can apply it to anything. You can apply it to videos, to live training, to recorded training like this on a screen where you're kind of showing slides like I am right now. You can do it on a sales letter. It doesn't matter. It's going to work exactly the same way. All right. Now, why do you need them? Obviously, it's a great way to collect leads from people who have problems, and it allows you to build trust. And the biggest thing is it allows you to nurture leads over a longer period of time so that you can build a more consistent, predictable lead pipeline, which is what it should all be about in small business. Now, before I take you into the framework, just want to let you know one thing. Before you do this, you need to know who your client is. And what I mean by that is you must know their frustrations and you must know what they're scared of, their fears. Because if you don't know that, it makes it very hard for this framework it makes it hard for you to fill the framework out for a start, but it also means that your framework's probably not going to hit the mark that it needs to, and you're going to spend more than you need to on adverts, and your ad costs will go up without getting the benefit of the lead in return. So just bear that in mind. Now on that, if you want an ideal client template where you can go through and fill out the questions that I use with my clients, head over to my website, anthonykirby.com/blog/ideal client. That link is in the guide, so you'll see it there. So the first question is, how does my ideal client feel right now? Now, let me tell you what I'm referring to there. And I'm going to use small business owners as the example. And this may sound like you, hopefully. So I believe that most of the small business owners that I come across, they're feeling frustrated because they've got so much passion to serve the people that they serve, but nobody knows who they are. So they often feel like the world's best kept secret, and that they've got no idea how to use technology, how to use Facebook advertising to the extent that will allow them to get more sales and more leads. And oftentimes they've only pressed boost on a post and it's kind of got them good reach, and they feel like a lot of people have seen it, but it doesn't equate to leads or activity or sales. So my ideal client right now is feeling frustrated. They're feeling like they're asking themselves, can they do this? And that's how they feel right now. So I encourage you, ask the question, how does your ideal client feel right now? Second question is, what is the number one question that your client has in their mind right now that they want an answer to? So what is the number one question that your client wants to answer right now? So it could be, how on earth do I get more leads? Would be my example. How on earth do I become not the world's best kept secret? How can I make sure that people know me? Because I see all of my competitors doing really well and getting lots of leads and filling rooms full of people and all of that sort of stuff. So how do I make sure that I am that person for them? So what is the number one question that is keeping your client awake at night? That is eating them up, all right? The reason you want to know that is because that's going to form the basis of the information that you put in your lead magnet. Because ultimately, you remember what I said, it has to solve one problem. And if it can do so, and you can understand what that one burning question is in their mind, then you're going to get tons of leads. All right, question 3. What is the outcome that they're hoping for by answering that question? So as an example, again, small business owner, if the question is, how do I become a well-known identity within my space? How do I generate more leads? How do I not go broke? The outcome that they're hoping for is obviously, first of all, more leads. Second of all, more sales. But what does that mean? The outcome that they're looking for is less financial stress and more flexibility and freedom. That's the outcome. Okay. Question 4. And this is where we start to get really into the meat of putting this thing together for you, putting this lead magnet together. So when you know the answer to what they're thinking of and the answer that they want that's in their mind, and you know what the outcome is that they want, you're going to have a pretty good idea of the problem you need to solve and how you need to solve it so that you can get them the outcome that they want. And the question is, what steps do they need to know to achieve this? So obviously there's a point where they are in their process right now. We'll call that point A for the purpose of this training. Where they want to go is point B. And there's a gap in between. Okay. What they're looking to do is fill that gap. And the question is, question 4, what do they need to know to fill that gap? Which leads to question 5. And this is where your value comes to play, is how do they achieve that? And this is where you teach. This is where you give the value. All right. So if you're going to do a training video like this, I'm giving you the steps right now. I'm giving you how you do it right now. If you're going to show someone how to improve their fitness, you would perhaps give them some exercises and show them how to do the exercise. If the step is the exercise, where most people fail is that they don't show people how to do it. And so then the client feels unfulfilled and then they don't come back again. It's the people, and if you think back in your life, and even looking at this training right now, when someone can tell you how to do this, it's far more valuable for you and for the client, because then they feel like you've solved the problem for them. And when they feel like you've solved the problem, they're going to want to come and take the next step with you, not somebody else. And that is how you get yourself into a catapult position where you can overtake everybody in your space very, very quickly. Okay. So this is where the bulk of your teaching comes in. This is where the bulk of your content's going to come in. You know, right now, yes, you downloaded a guide with 8-step framework, but I'm also showing you how to use that guide because it's useful for you. All right. Now, question 6 is, what is likely to be holding them back? So if you're going to show them, if you're going to tell them, here's the steps you need to take, and then you're going to say, here's how you take the steps, there's still potentially going to be a roadblock for these people. So if I think about small business owners, when I come across them, they say to me, hey, Kirby, I know that I need to go and make a lead magnet. I know that I need to do this, but I don't know how. I don't know how to use Facebook. I don't know how to, even if I follow these steps that you're telling me right now and I can put a lead magnet together, then what do I do? Then how do I go and get a lead? So that's the obstacle that's in the client's mind. And the reason you want to know that will become apparent because question 7, this becomes bonus content that you give them. So the best way that you can solve someone's problem is by saying, here's your problem. Here's how to solve it. But I also know that when you solve it, it's going to bring up this next thing for you. And that I'm going to also solve for you as well. Now, when you do that, then you are amazingly head and shoulders above anybody else in your marketplace. So when you've done that, you know all the value that they need. You know the obstacle that they need to overcome. You told them how to solve that. You told them the steps they need to take. You told them how to solve that. And then you say, here's how you also overcome the obstacle that comes up after you've solved it. And that mindset thing or that block or that whatever it might be. Then the final question is, how are they going to feel when they get to the other side of that? So most business owners feel relieved when they know that they're back in control of their destiny and they can control their leads and they can make more sales and they can get people into an email database and people finally get to see the value that they can offer, because then it's super easy for them to convert clients into their programs, products, and services, because they then get a chance to demonstrate real value. And until they are able to generate that value, generate the lead, and get them into that database, then they can't generate that value. Okay. So you want to know how it's going to feel for them when they get to the other side, when they get to point B. Now, how this helps your sales copy and how this allows you to write amazing high quality sales copy without going to a copywriter is that what you do is you stitch all of these answers together. And what that will give you a really good path to your sales copy that speaks directly to the hearts and minds of your client. Now, I'm going to give you an example based on what we've just been through. So here's a bit of an example based on you, a small business owner. So this would be me, obviously. If I was doing a video or if I was writing a message or a post on Facebook, I would say, hey, I speak to people every single day who are frustrated that they aren't able to get leads when they see everybody else making it look so easy. Now that's question 1. All right. So so going to question 1, you'll see it's like, what's the frustration for them right now? What's the feeling that they have? So it's frustration. So question 2, the reality is it is easy when you know how. So that's me really framing that this is one thing that you need to know. So imagine learning something so simple that you could step through it in a few minutes and attract an avalanche of leads into your business and email list. That's question 3. That answers question 3. Now, if you follow this simple 8-question framework, you'll be able to create a lead magnet that your ideal customer can't refuse. And you'll no longer be the best kept secret in your industry. And that answers question 4. What's the outcome that they want? And what's the steps that they need to take? So the step is that they need to follow the 8-question framework. Now, here's a bit of a call to action. So how do they do that? They download it right now, and I'll walk you through all 8 steps in a video training. Plus, I'll give you the guide to follow along with. So that's the how. So we've told them the steps in question 4. Here's what you need to do to move from point A to point B. Here's how you need to do it. I'm going to show you. I'm not just going to leave you to download that guide. I'm going to give you the step-by-step instructions along the way, which is what you're watching right now, by the way. Now, I know you might be thinking, that's all good for you, Kirby. You know what you're doing with Facebook ads, but I don't. Now, this is the hurdle. So remember, I talked about what's that thing that will really hold them back from achieving this? And it's that fear of technology, or that fear of like, holy, I don't know what Facebook's all about. I've got no idea. I just love what I do, and I just need more people to see what I do. So then question 7. Now I know you might be thinking that. So question 7. So I've included the Facebook ads template that myself and my clients have used to add thousands of new leads and sales over the last 3 years. So now that objection, like it's fine that I'm going to have a lead magnet, but then what? Well, now I've given them the then what. So you have the Facebook ads template in your training area right now. When you know the secret to attracting leads and sales through this simple value to market framework, you'll never have to worry about where your next client is coming from. So what's the feeling thereafter in the end? They don't want to have to worry about where the next client is coming from. Question 8. So when they know the secret, when you know the secret watching this, to attracting leads and sales through this method that I'm teaching you right now, you're not going to have to worry about where your leads are coming from, because you're going to be able to find leads easily with this method. And then after that, call to action and remind them of a value. So look, go and download it right now. It includes a free video training. It includes the template for Facebook ads that we've used with hundreds of our clients. And we've added thousands and thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of dollars in sales to their businesses and thousands of leads to their businesses. It also includes 34 lead magnet ideas for you to keep you inspired and to get you moving. And it includes a guide which walks you through all 8 of these questions. Go and grab it now. It's completely free. So that's a call to action and a reminder of the value. Makes sense, right? Very, very simple. Very, very effective. All right. So coming to the Facebook ad template. So now you've got great sales copy. Now you've got your lead magnet that you know is going to solve their problem. Now what? Now you got to put it on Facebook or another avenue of advertising. You could literally just write a post, by the way, that follows this exact same formula and put it on your Facebook page or your personal profile or your Instagram profile, whatever it might be, and this will work. So essentially what you start off with is a headline. So I obviously don't have the time to go through all of the headlines that we teach in Small Business Operating System on this quick training, but you want to start with a headline that's going to capture their attention. Now, an easy way to write a headline is to say how to achieve the outcome that they want without achieving the thing that they don't want. So how to get more leads without sacrificing time. How to get more leads without spending thousands on Facebook ads. How to get more leads without being a technical programmer. How to get more leads without being a Facebook guru. See what I mean? So how to get the result that you want without the frustration that you're feeling or the fear that you have. So that's the compelling headline. Now, after that, you want to add a shortened URL. So you can use a web page called bit.ly, which is bit.ly. You can also go to Google and type in Google shortener, and it will give you the same result. But essentially, you just want to put a short URL of the web page that you're going to send them to or the landing page that you're going to send them to. If that doesn't make sense, don't stress too much about it. I'm going to go through the funnel in a second with you. And then to start the actual copy of the advert, you want to ask a question. So this increases engagement because people recognize that that's them. And then they want to engage more and read the next line, which is the whole purpose of an advert. So the question might be, do you want to generate leads easily? Do you want to be able to make more sales? Do you want to build your email list? That might be some examples of the question that I would ask when you saw this. And then you're going to give the outcome of what you're offering. Now I'm saying the outcome, not what it is. So you're going to say, download this 8-part framework and free training video, and you'll be able to grow your email list very fast. That's the outcome. You'll be able to generate more leads than you ever have before using this simple 8-step framework. That's the outcome. And then you give a clear call to action. So you don't just say, download it. You say, download this now and get this result. Click below, and this is what's going to happen next. You get very specific and very explicit about the call to action. So click the button below this short video, and it will take you straight to the page where you get instant access to this document, and you can watch the video training right away. That's a clear call to action. And then you remind them again of the link. So you say, look, here's the link again. Now, here's a couple of notes. You got to make sure you use the same headline below the image as you do at the start of your sales copy. It has to be congruent for the person. If you're taking someone to a landing page, make sure the headline also appears there so they know they've arrived in the right place. Really simple, but a big mistake that I see a lot of businesses making. Now, your image has to be awesome and eye-catching. Now, I know I just put like a really basic image of someone's hand tearing through a page there, which means nothing at all for this example, but for you, you want to show something that they will relate to. So if you're going to teach someone how to lose weight, you're going to show them a photo of, them like jumping up and down, skinny version of them. Or if you're going to show someone how to generate an avalanche of leads, you might show someone dealing with 100 clients in front of them or with a room full of people at an event, for example. Now, I recommend that you use the learn more for the button that you see at the bottom of the advert. You'll be able to choose this when you go through your advert manager. So use the learn more button. It seems to convert better. But again, this changes from time to time and every marketing advert is a test. So please don't take my word for it. But I would recommend starting there as a starting point. And one thing to remember is that Facebook regularly changes its rules. So please do me a favor, do yourself a favor, read the terms of service before you post your adverts. Now, it might take you an hour to read the terms of service, but it's far better to take an hour and do it right than it is to not take that hour, rush through it, make a mistake, make a promise that you can't deliver, and have Facebook shut down your ad account. That is not what you want. That is not a good place to be because they're not very lenient, okay? And you'll be gone. Your whole advert account will be gone, and that's one whole avenue of leads gone for you. That should really help you to write great Facebook ads, by the way. That's all you need because you're already going to have great sales copy because of the 8-question framework. Now, let me take you through a really basic lead funnel. And like I said, the only way I want you to think about a funnel, if you're not sure, is to think about it like a sales process, where first of all, you stand in the street and you shout out what you do at the top of your lungs. That would be your Facebook ad. Now, the Facebook ad would then lead someone to a landing page. Now, a landing page is basically a one-page website. You can use lots of different software for this. I use ClickFunnels. I use Kajabi for this sort of stuff. You can use lead pages, or you can literally just have it as a new page on your website. So if you're using a WordPress website, you could put this on a blog post. I would recommend using something where you can collect email addresses because that's going to be really important, and then you can integrate that into your email provider. Obviously, this page or the website has the sales copy on it or a sales video with those sort of words that you've come up with on the questions that you've answered. Okay. So if you're going to do a video, it's hey, my name's Anthony Kirby. I'm the founder of Small Business Operating System. And then you just run through, hey, do you feel frustrated right now because you don't know how to attract leads into your business and you're kind of wondering where that next sale is going to come from? Now, what's going to happen there? Yeah, that's me, Kirby. Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? It doesn't have to be as hard as it looks. I know you've seen all of your competitors doing this and they're making it look super easy, but here's the reality. There's literally a simple 8-question framework. And when you follow it, it's going to give you not only what to say to your client, it's also going to tell you what they need so you can solve that first problem for them and build trust and credibility and get them on your email list so you can demonstrate to them how good you really are. What? Like, that's powerful stuff. So that's already written for you when you answer the 8 questions. Now, once you do that, obviously the intent of that is to collect the lead on that page, and then you want to deliver the outcome. So as you came through my advert or post and you downloaded the guide and this video, it would have taken you straight to that page. As soon as you hit instant download on that button, it would have gone straight to the next page of the website. It would have shown you this video. It would have given you the template buttons below this video for all of the documents that I've promised you in the advert and in the copy. Okay. Now you can add that to your email list. So, right now your email address is sitting in my email provider so I can provide more value to you. And I hope that one day you'll say, hey, this Kirby bloke's pretty cool. I want to join one of his programs. That would be really nice. And then I can impact you some more and help you even more. You can also use Messenger. So you might want to add someone to your Facebook Messenger and start a conversation inside there, depending on how complex you want to make it, of course. Now, once you've delivered the outcome, then ultimately you're going to want to make an offer at some stage. And you can do it directly after you've delivered the outcome. So you can literally say, here's the download you've asked for. By the way, did you know that I can also do this for you? And then you can show them a sales video or show them more sales copy and ask them to take another step with you. Or you can just add them to an email list, add more value, and then make an offer when the time's right for you. Or they might come to you and say, hey, what can you do for me? And then you can add more value and make an offer that way and come to some agreement. So ultimately, I just have to say this, you are in business. You do need to monetize your market and you do need to ascend your market. And what I mean by that is, as someone joins your tribe, your business, you may wish to say, you know what? I get that you've just bought my book and that's fantastic. But now that you've bought that book, you've got some more skills. How about you jump into this program with me? Or how about you take this service from me? Or, whatever it might be for you, it's obviously going to be different. So you might take someone from a strategy session into a program. You might take someone from a call into a coaching group. You might take someone from a free trial at your gym to a full-blown 12-month membership with personal training. You see what I mean, though? You have to ascend your market. You have to be able to leverage the opportunity and impact people by taking money. And that's okay. As long as you're coming from a place of integrity and value, that's a fair exchange. And that's what sustains your message and allows you to sustain your mission. So don't feel like you have to kind of apologize for that. That is business, and the person on the other side will fully respect that if you're going through this process properly and asking yourself those 8 questions. You'll know how to add value to your market. So if you are the best kept secret in your market right now, get through this. Go through this training right now. Like literally, when I finish speaking in a few seconds, switch this off, grab your guide, just fill it out. Have a first go at it. And even if all that does is just give you a framework to go to Facebook or social media, or switch on your iPhone and record a really quick video and say, hey, I know you're feeling like this. This is how you could solve that problem. Have a call with me, or jump on a Skype call with me, or download this thing that I've already produced, or come along to my free events, whatever it might be for you. Get in the game. You can do this. You know, your best is really close to your reach. It's really within reach for you right now. And I firmly believe that. So go ahead and do this. I hope this training's been really beneficial for you. Go and do it. It is working right now with hundreds of clients around the world. It will work for you. Get into it. I'll speak to you soon.